What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I created these pink 3D snowman nails. This is my first Christmas set for the year. I figured I would go ahead and start doing my Christmas sets now because it doesn't seem like anybody was really feeling fall. So yeah, we're just jumping right into the Christmas sets. I can't wait to show you guys how I created this one. There's a lot of different details that I did on this, and I also received a new ring from Readyourheart jewelry. This is one of my favorite jewelry brands. Their jewelry is great quality and they have real moissanite stones. So I received this new engagement ring. It's a Halo Pear moissanite triple row engagement ring. I love this ring so much because of the pear-shaped diamond. I'm actually going to be replacing this one with my wedding ring just because I like the way it looks more, if you know what I mean. And they also sent over this moissanite sterling silver wedding band. It's like a stackable ring that you can wear with it, and it also has little moissanite stones on it. So you put this one on first and then the other one. And I had them too far apart at first. I actually got this one a little bit smaller. It's a 5.5 because my finger got a little bit skinnier. But with both of them on, it was a little bit snug. So I don't know if I'm going to wear them together, but it does look really, really pretty. I love it so much. I love the pear-shaped stone and everything, and it's so sparkly. The camera really doesn't do their jewelry any justice. They have so much different jewelry on their website: rings, necklaces, earrings, bracelets, like literally you name it. So all of your jewelry comes with a gift bag, a little silver polishing cloth, and you also get a little Read Your Heart pamphlet. It basically shows you all of their like different kind of jewelry that they sell and about the brand and everything like that, how they make their jewelry. All of their jewelry is handcrafted. It also tells you about their return and exchange policy and how to care for your jewelry and the difference between a diamond and moissanite. Moissanite stones are actually the closest to a real diamond, and this is a little moissanite report. It's a grading report that you receive with all of your jewelry. It's basically like a certificate of authenticity. So when you open it up, it will show you like the clarity of the diamonds, the weight, and everything like that. These are VVS1, which are like excellent as far as clarity goes. And then there's just some more information on the back. There's also a little warranty card where you can register your jewelry online. This is actually a clip of me wearing the ring. I love this ring so much. It's so pretty. It really like goes with the nails and everything. It was like a whole vibe. They're actually having a Black Friday sale going on right now. So I will leave all of their information as far as the links and everything in the description box if you guys are interested in any of their jewelry. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. So as you can see, I've already prepped my nails off camera. I did dehydrate with some isopropyl alcohol, and now I'm applying my Young Nails Protein Bond for my primer, 2 coats. And I do have a little bit of pink acrylic on my nails. You might want to put like a little bit of a layer of clear on first. Since we're going to be using colored acrylics, you want to protect your natural nails, but I'm not going to do that because I already have acrylic on mine, like I said. So yeah, I'm going to start by doing this nail. This is going to be an encapsulated glitter nail. So I'm applying this glitter acrylic from Sugar and Cream called Strawberry Milkshake. Just like sparsely over the nail, just to have like a little bit of background glitter. Then I'm going to be using some of Jasmine Torres Nails Queen Pink and fading that down into the glitter like an ombre. And then I'm going to be using some clear acrylic to apply some little Fimo shapes that I have and some snowflake glitters. The Fimo shapes were a little bit big, so you just got to make sure that you lay them as flat as possible so that your nails don't really bulk up that much when you go to encapsulate. I'm going to be using some little gingerbread men, some mittens, a little bow, and like I said, some snowflakes. So what I do is just kind of like place the clear acrylic down first and then place them into the clear acrylic. I use a little bit of clear acrylic to pick them up as well. I hope you guys like the view. I decided to change it up. It was a little bit difficult for me to film like this because I normally don't film like with my hand facing the camera. I normally always have my hand resting on something, so it was a little bit hard for me to try to do. So sometimes I'll end up just flipping my hand over, but I tried my best. Normally I don't film like with my hand facing forward, but hopefully I'll get better over time. I was getting like a little bit bored of like doing that same angle, so I decided to try something different. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But yeah, these Fimo shapes were a little bit thick, so I'm trying to like work with them. When I had to encapsulate them, I did have to use quite a bit of acrylic to cover them up, but once I filed them and everything, they were pretty much normal. They weren't like super thick or anything. I thought they were going to be really thick, but it didn't really turn out like that. But I did have to use a little bit extra acrylic to get the sides that were like poking up. But yeah, other than that, it worked out just fine. I love this little gingerbread man. I think it's the cutest little gingerbread man ever. On this nail, I'm going to be using Nail by John Pop That Pink, which I'm not going to say the full name, but yeah, if you know Nail by John, you already know. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of his acrylics like that, but I do have them, so I might as well get some use out of them. This color kind of marbles for me. I didn't really have the experience that everybody else had when they use these. It could be because of the monomer I use. I did hear that his acrylics work better with his monomer, but yeah, it is what it is. I made it work. So I applied a little bit of this color towards the middle of the nail, and then some more of that Strawberries Milkshake from Sugar and Cream just across the tip, like a little bit of glitter. And then I'm applying some little snowflakes and Snowflake Fimo just at the tip. This is going to be the nail that I'm going to be doing the 3D snowman on. And I wanted some like background snowflakes. That's why I'm doing them more towards the tip of the nail, because I'm going to be making the snowman towards the top of the nail. So now I'm going to be doing an ombre towards the top of the nail with another color from Nail by John called I Pink You Lying. I'm going to be fading that down into the pink. So I'm placing one bead down first, kind of like right under the cuticle, and fading it down into the pink. And then I'm going in with a cuticle bead and fading that one right over that. And it just creates like a really pretty like pink ombre. I definitely wanted to add pink to this set since the glitters that I'm going to be using are mainly like pink tones. So I wanted it to be like a whole pink and white like Christmas vibe. Of course I'm going to be doing other colors for Christmas as well, but you already know I had to start with pink because pink is my color, if you haven't figured that out by now. So on this nail, I'm going to be doing the cracked ice design. You could either use builder gel or base gel for this. I'm going to be using base gel and a little bit of saran wrap. So you're going to want to apply the base gel first and then the saran wrap, and then take a dotting tool and like kind of like crinkle it up into the gel, and it creates this cracked ice effect. I kind of wet the top of the nail so I could see what I was doing, because I couldn't really see the full effect. But yeah, once you get it how you want it without any bubbles or anything, just go ahead and cure it in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then when you take your hand out of the lamp, the plastic just comes right off of it, or at least it should. And then you get left with that cracked ice design like this, as you can see. And I did get some gel that like ran onto my finger. I got like way too excited and popped my hand into the lamp, and I got gel stuck on my finger, but I do end up filing it off later on. I couldn't get it off at the moment, but yeah, I do file it off later on. It wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, it creates like this really cool cracked ice effect. So yeah, on this nail, I'm going to be taking some milky white acrylic and just applying that over the tip of this nail. This is going to be the nail that I'm going to be doing the candy cane design on. So I wanted a white base for it, but a milky white base. And then I'm going to be doing an ombre with the Jasmine Torres Queen Pinks. So I just take the Queen Pink and just fade it down into the white a little bit. I'm keeping it up towards the cuticle area, like mainly the nail bed area, because I wanted the entire tip to be white for the candy cane look. I didn't want any of the pink to really cover up too much of the white. For this nail, I'm also going to be doing an ombre, so I'm going to be using the Nailed by John Pop That Pink and just fading that down into the tip a little bit. And like I said, this angle was like not working for me, so I had to like turn my nail over and like add in a little more pink, because I don't know, for some reason my arm gets in the way. I just have to figure out a better way to work with it. For some reason I feel like I can do it better if my hand is resting on something, but yeah, like I said, I'm working on it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my primer to the thumb. Today I'm going to show the thumb because why not? So yeah, this was actually my favorite nail as far as the ombres go. I really didn't know what I wanted to do for this nail, but it just turned out this way and I thought it came out really cute. So I'm taking a pinky line from Nail by John and I'm applying that towards the middle of the nail and kind of like fading it down into the tip, but like shearing it out at the tip. Then I'm taking more of that sugar and cream glitter acrylic called Strawberries Milkshake and applying that like diagonally across the tip. Then I'm going to be applying some more Fimo shapes right there in that area, just using a little bit of clear acrylic to apply them. So I have some little snowman ones that I'm going to be using for this one, a mitten, a gingerbread man, and a snowflake. You just got to make sure they're as flat as possible because, like I said, the Fimo shapes can tend to be a little bit thicker than the regular glitters. So yeah, just make sure they're like all on there really good. And after that, I'm going to be taking Pop That Pink from Nail by John and fading that down into the pink a little bit. And then right above that, I'm going in with more of the milky white. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and encapsulate all the nails with my Mia Secret clear acrylic. So yeah, for this set, it took a little bit more acrylic than usual because those Fimo shapes, like I mentioned earlier, they needed a little bit more acrylic to cover them. So the nails might look a little bit like lumpy in some areas, but that's because I had to add more acrylic to that specific area because like part of the Fimo shape kept poking out. It was kind of getting on my nerves, but I made it work. And when I filed them, I just kind of like filed over that area and then the rest of the nail to even them out so that they actually turned out normal shaped. I just really did not want to file through them, so I made sure like they were covered with acrylic really good because I wanted this set to come out nice. I'm gonna be wearing this one for Thanksgiving as well, so I really didn't want it to get messed up. So yeah, usually if you watch my channel a lot, I do my 3-bead method. In this case, I'm doing the 3-bead method, but I'm also like adding in a little more acrylic. So as you can see on this nail, I'm adding a little bit more because it was looking a little bit thin because I could tell the rest of the nails were going to need more acrylic. So I was just adding more because I know the rest of them were going to end up a lot thicker. But yeah, usually my first bead, I leave that towards the tip of the nail to build up the free edge, and then the middle and the top bead, I use that to build my apex. And wherever I put the acrylic, I focus it in that area. You don't want to like brush the acrylic out of the area that you put it in because then it will go more to that area rather than the area that you want it. So if you put your bead like by the apex area and you brush it towards the free edge, it's going to be really thin near the apex area and then super thick at the tip of the nail, so you got to be careful with that. These snowflakes were a little bit difficult to cover as well, so as you can see, I'm adding in more acrylic. I do want to try a bigger brush though. Like this one, I think I'm outgrowing it. This is a size 12, but I do want to try like a size 14 next, because I don't know, I feel like this one is a little bit small for me. Like I want to be able to pick up more acrylic. So yeah, I did order a new acrylic brush, so hopefully it's the one. But yeah, as you can see, I'm going in with the second bead here to start building my apex, and then my third cuticle bead, which I place under the cuticle, not like right at the cuticle, because if you do that, it will kind of flood the cuticle area. I work it up to the cuticle area, and I use that bead to also build my apex. When you're applying the base on your nails before encapsulating, you want to make sure it's as thin as possible to avoid bulking them up. But yeah, like these two nails are going to be a little bit lumpy in certain areas because, like I said, I had to add in acrylic because the little ends of the Fimo and the glitters kept popping up, especially on this nail. But thank God for filing because it did fix everything. On the thumb, I did the 3-bead method, but my camera actually cut off before it showed me adding a little bit more acrylic to the very tip of the nail because there was a little dip there, but I just wanted to pop in and tell you guys that I did add a little bit of acrylic towards the tip to fill in that gap. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and file up the nails really quick. On the nail with the cracked ice, you want to be careful not to file underneath the nail because obviously that will file the design away. Also, you want to make sure not to get acrylic under there really. I'm just filing like along the very edges, but like not directly under it because yeah, it will ruin the design and defeat the whole purpose of doing it. So I'm actually using my Melody Susie MR5 portable nail drill and a ceramic drill bit. It's a medium ceramic drill bit, and I start by debulking my nails first, so I'm going around the cuticle area and getting that down really low to seal it, and then I kind of smooth over the entire nail and I file along the sidewalls and underneath the nail, except for the one with the cracked ice like I said. But yeah, you should have your little hill as your apex, which is towards the nail bed area. That's where your nail gets its strength from. So you want a decent size apex to avoid your nails like just breaking off. And you also want some thickness towards the free edge of the nail because thickness will help, especially if you have long nails. It will also prevent them from breaking, and the sidewalls should be the thinnest part of your nail. So when you look down the barrel of your nail, they should be very thin, not like thick or anything like that. And yeah, that's pretty much how the overall structure of your nail should look. And after I debulk, I'm going to go in and file them up with my hand file, but I do like to do this first. To shape up the nails, I'm using my 100-180 grit hand file, and I'm taking the bulk off of the sides of the nail right now, so I'm holding my file straight and alternating sides and filing them up. until I'm satisfied with the overall width of the nail. And then I kind of angle my file in towards the tip of the nail to get that tapered square look. I'm doing a tapered square shape on all the nails, but as you can see, after filing the nails and debulking them and then shaping them up with the hand file, they look normal. They were just like really kind of bulky because of like the acrylic that I had to use to cover the Fimo shapes. But yeah, surprisingly they turned out normal size, so I was like really happy about that, because I really didn't want them to be like super thick or anything like that. So yeah, after I'm done shaping the nails, I do buff the scratches out, and I also file the free edge by holding my file at an angle and filing straight across, or I take the file and file up and down. But no matter what you're doing, you want to hold the file straight, whether it be at an angle or not. Okay, moving on to the nail art, I'm going to start by doing the snowflake design. This is a really easy way to do snowflakes. So I'm using my dotting tool and some Acrylic gel polish in the shade Blanc. You want to use a gel polish that doesn't really run that much, because it will be easier to run your brush through the gel polish without it going all over the place. So you want to make some dots and then basically run your brush through them to connect them into the shape of a snowflake, and it turns out so pretty. I know the one up towards the top was a little bit off to the side, so I'm just gonna fix that really quick. I got a little too excited. But yeah, before I cure it in the lamp, I'm actually gonna apply some white glitter over it to give it that like sugared effect. So I'm gonna do that, and it kind of like smeared the gel a little bit, maybe because of the way I put my nails. So I'm just going to take my cleanup brush and kind of like push the glitter back, and then go ahead and cure it in my lamp. And then when you take it out of the lamp, you can dust it off really quick. Now I'm just going to outline the pink area because I wanted kind of like a mock French look. I changed my mind. I wanted to do that instead of an ombre. So I'm going to outline it with this gel polish from Nail Reserve called Electric Pink. And then I'm going to pour glitter over that as well and cure my lamp. I do recommend doing this before you apply a top coat. I wasn't really thinking, and I actually had to go in and top coat the nails after the fact, and that was not fun because you're not supposed to get it on the glitter. But I actually did get it pretty good without getting it on the glitter, so I was proud of myself. But yeah, to save yourself the headache, just top coat them first. And the same thing with this nail. So on this nail, I'm doing kind of like a candy cane type of design. So I'm using that electric pink shade from Nail Reserve, and I'm also using Electric Rose. So right now I'm kind of like outlining where I want the pink, and then I'm going to go in with the Electric Rose and make some more lines, and then go next to those with some more of the pink. And you have to do this all while it's wet, because I'm also going to be pouring some glitter over this as well to get that kind of sugared effect. Now I'm just gonna apply a little rhinestone to the middle of this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and top coat around the design that I did on both of the nails, which was not easy, by the way, but I managed to do it. And I'm gonna apply some cuticle bling to the cracked ice nail. Now I'm gonna start doing the 3D snowman. This was my first time doing this, so bear with me, but I think it came out really cute. So I'm using Macart Sugar White for this, and I'm using a smaller acrylic brush in the size 8 to pick up the bead because it seemed a lot easier because my 3D brush is a little bit small, so I was able to pick up more acrylic with this. And you kind of want to pat it into the shape of a circle basically. I do end up adding a little bit more just to kind of like make it more round looking, but you get the point. And you kind of want to flatten it out too because you don't want it to be too raised off of the nail. And then I'm also going to take like a slightly smaller bead for the head part. Now I'm going to be using that smaller 3D brush to do like more of the fine details. So I'm going to be doing the scarf right now. I'm using that color I Pink You Line from Nail by John to do the scarf. You need a really small bead, not really that much, and you kind of want to just form it into the shape of a scarf. I needed to add a little bit more like towards the front, as you could see, but yeah, it was really easy to do. You just kind of like use your brush to take in the sides and kind of like make it go off to the side. You could see what I'm doing. It's kind of like hard to explain. Next, I'm going to do the hat part. So I'm using that lighter pink from Nail by John called Pop That Pink. And I'm going to be using that for the bottom half and the top little ball on the hat. So right now I'm kind of like, you know, forming the bottom half of the shape of the hat with that color. And then when it's about halfway set, I'm going to take a little bit of a dotting tool and kind of like poke into it to give it that like textured effect basically. And then I'm going to go in with the darker pink to form the rest of the hat. But as you can see, when you poke it, it like gives that textured effect. So then I'm going to take the darker pink and then do the main base of the hat, and then the top little ball on the hat is going to be that same lighter pink, and I'm also going to do that textured effect on that as well. After I applied this color, you couldn't really see the light pink that good, so I do actually end up going in over that part again after I do the buttons, just to bring out the pink a little bit more. To do the buttons, I'm going to be using black from the Mia Secret Fruity collection, and you're going to want to pick up a very small bead and just place it on there really quick. I'm only going to do 2 buttons because my snowman isn't that big. So yeah, you want a very small bead, and you want to make sure it's not too runny, otherwise it's going to smear all over the white. And as you can see, I'm going in with another layer of that pink, and I'm going to do the textured effect on this as well, just to bring out the pink a little bit more, because it was, like I said, kind of disappearing after I applied the darker pink. Then I'm going to apply 2 smaller beads of the black for the eyes. This was very fine detail. It took me forever to pick up like a really tiny bead, but yeah, you need like the tiniest bead for the eyes. Otherwise it's gonna like literally be too big and weird looking and smear all over the place. If your snowman is bigger, obviously make the eyes bigger, but my nails aren't that big, so I made like a smaller one. And now I'm taking this orange shade from Mia Secret. This is from their Fruity collection as well, and I'm using this to make the nose. So I'm forming it into the shape of a carrot, like kind of a triangle shape. So I'm kind of like going back and forth and like patting the sides in to form it into the shape of a, like kind of like a triangle basically. And then I'm going to apply some more dots for the mouth with the black. And to finish up, I'm just going to top coat the rest of the nails and then add a little bit of bling. I do actually top coat over the stones after they're cured, but I don't show that part on camera. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Make sure you top coat underneath the glassy nails to make them look nice and clear. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys like this Christmas set for the first Christmas set of this series that I'm going to be doing on my channel. I always do a lot of Christmas sets every year, so I hope you guys like this one. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you're not already. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Love you guys.